Uniquely unique. Many of you will be familiar with Emily Carding's work from her visionary work, things like the Transparent Tarot, Transparent Oracle, the Tarot of the She, the Oracle of Household Dog, the Fairy work, etc., etc. Emily is, of course, also an actress, and she has, with her husband Jules and these lovely ladies here, together a So Potent Arts Company, who today are going to be treating us to what has been described to me as a Hecatean, Luciferian, Chaldean, Shakespearean mashup. A tale of death and rebirth, drawing on Tempest, Midsummer's Night, Winter's Tale, Shakespeare sonnets, and all sorts of other stuff that you will doubtless recognise in there, to enchant us with the experience ahead. So I don't know what we're going to experience. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So without further ado, please put your hands together for So Potent Arts and Hekate Genesis.
Words. Words. Words.
Words be made of breath,
and breath of life.
The very soul and sweet religion makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's face doth glow.
words of so sweet breath composed, as make the things more rich, as fire, air,
water, earth,
and heaven can make.
The fingers of the powers above do tune the harmony of this peace, this blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this dear, dear land.
Oh, how thy worth with manners may I sing, when thou art all the better part of me. What can mine own praise to mine own self bring? And what is't but mine when I praise thee? Even for this, let us divided live, and our dear love lose name of single one, that by this separation I may give the due to thee which thou deservest alone. O absence, what a torment wast thou prove, were it not thy sour leisure gave sweet leave to entertain the time with thoughts of love, which time and thoughts so sweetly doth deceive, and that thou teachest how to make one twain, by praising him here, who doth hence remain.
Yet in these thoughts myself, almost despising, haply I think on thee. And then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising, from sullen earth sings hymns at heaven's gate. Thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings.
I see thy glory, like a shooting star, fall to the base earth from the firmament. Bright star of Venus, fallen down on earth, how may I reverently worship thee enough?
Our separation so abides and flies, that thou, residing here, goest yet with me, and I, hence fleeting, here remain with thee.
The star is fallen, the threefold world divided.
This is the world's soul.
And thou, thrice crowned Queen of Night, survey with thy chaste eye from thy pale sphere above. Let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky.
By the sacred radiance of the sun, by the mysteries of Hecate and the night, by all the operation of the orbs, from whom we do exist and cease to be, hear
plenty, barns and garners never empty, vines and clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly burthen bowing. Spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest. Scarcity and want shall shun you, Sary's blessing, so is on you. Here, nature, here, dear goddess, here.
You nymphs called naiads of the winding brooks, with your sedge crowns and ever harmless looks, leave your crisp channels, and on this green land answer your summons.
Here, nature, here, dear goddess, here. Now, by the burning tapers of the sky, we smell the air, we wail and cry. Where the bee sucks, there suck I. On a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry, and on the bat's back I do fly. Here, nature, here, dear goddess, here. Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do fly him when he comes back. Ye demi-puppets, that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the ewe not bites, and you, whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms, that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew. By whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth mutinous winds, and, twixt the green sea and the azured vault, set roaring war. To the dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong-based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves at my command wait their sleepers, oped, and let them forth by my so potent art. The dragon wing of night o'erspreads the earth. Deep night, dark night, the silence of the night, the time of night when Troy was set on fire, the time when screech owls cry and bandogs howl, and spirits walk and ghosts break up their graves. That time best fits the work we have had.
Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed,
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harp your cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
When most I wink, then do mine eyes best see, for all the day they view things unrespected. But when I sleep, in dreams they look on thee, and darkly bright are bright and dark directed. That thou, whose shadows doth make bright, how would thy shadows form to the clear day with thy much clearer light, when to unseeing eyes thy shade shines so?
how would I say mine eyes be blessed made, when looking on thee in living day, when in dead night thy fair and perfect shade through heavy sleep and sightless eyes doth stay.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and every one shall share the gains. I will encounter darkness as a bride and hug it in mine arms. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn. The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she in her attendance hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. Never had she so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight in his train to trace the forest wild. And she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him in flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet, in grove or green, by fountain clear or starlight spangled sheen, but they do square, that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon? Fairly skip hence, I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Oh, then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here, come from the furthest step of India, but that forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskinged mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wed, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love for Theseus?
These are forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in the land of every pelting river, made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough this distemperature, we see the seasons alter, hoary-headed frosts, far on fresh lap the crimson rose, and on old Hyam's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter changed their wonted liveries, and the mazed world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spice of Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see their sails conceive, and grow big-bellied in the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following, her womb then rich with my young squire, did imitate, and sailed upon the land, fetch me trifles, and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that child did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him!
Well, go thy way! Thou shalt not from this grove, till I torment thee for this injury!
When the music, you ignore the wonder, what play, what
its earth. Now let not nature's hand keep the wild flood confined. Now let order die, and let the world no longer be a stage to feed contention in a lingering act, but let one spirit of the first-born Cain reign in all bosoms, that each heart being set on bloody courses, the rude scene may end, and darkness be the barrier of the dead. The moon's an errant thief, and her pale fire she snatches from the sun.
The sea is a thief, whose liquid surges resolve the moon into salt tears.
The earth's a thief, that feeds and breeds by a composture stolen from general excrement.
Put out the light, and then put out the light. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, then I can thy former light restore, if I repent me. But once put out thy light, thy cunning's pattern of excelling nature, I know not from where that Promethean heat, with which thy light relume.
When he shall hear she died upon his word, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come apparelled in more precious habit, more moving, delicate, and full of life into the eye and prospect of his soul than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn.
By your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this roll. Allay them.
The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out.
If there were reason for these miseries, into limits could I bind my woes.
When heaven doth weep,
does not the earth overflow?
If the winds rage,
doth not the sea wax mad? I am the sea.
Hark, how her sighs do blow!
She is the weeping welkin, I the earth.
Then must my seas be moved with her sighs.
Then must my earth with her continual tears
become a deluge, overflowed and drowned.
For why my bowels cannot hide her woes.
Then like a drunkard must I vomit them.
Then give me leave, for losers will have leave to ease their stomachs with their bitter tongues.
Nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, who howls his watch thus with his stealthy pace. Oh, that for a muse of fire would ascend the brightest heaven of invention! As she lived peerless, so her dead likeness, I do well believe, excels whatever yet you looked upon or hand of man hath done. Therefore I keep it lonely apart. But here it is, prepared to see life as lively mocked as ever still sleep mocked death. Behold, and say 'tis well.
Nor shall sleep at peace with her. As when the bird of wonder dies, the maiden phoenix, her ashes new, creates another heir, as great in admiration as herself.
So shall she leave her blessedness to one, when heaven shall call her from this cloud of darkness, who from the sacred ashes of her honor shall rise starlike, as great in fame as she was.
Proceed, no foot shall stir.
And thou, thrice crowned queen of night, survey with thy chaste eye from thy pale sphere above. Music, awake her, strike! My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral lips far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are done. If hairs be wild, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damasked red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. Their arms some perfumes leave there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I love to hear her song, a goddess go. I never saw a goddess go. My mistress when she walks treads on the ground, and yet by heaven I know my love as rare as any she relied with false compare. 'Tis time to send, bestow no more. Approach, strike all that look upon with marvel. Come, I'll fill your grave up. Nay, stir. Come away. Bequeath to death thy numbness, for from him dear life redeems you. You perceive she stirs. Start not. Her action shall be as holy as you hear my spell is lawful. Do not shun her until you see her die again, for then you do kill her double. Nay, present your hand. For when she was young you wooed her. Now in age is she become the suitor.
She's warm. If this be magic, let it be an art lawful as eating.
Here comes a walking fire.
From women's eyes, this doctrine I derive. They are the books, the arts, the academes, that show, contain, and nourish all the world.
Praise the gods, and light triumphant fires!
Now it is the time of night, that all the graves and gaping wide, every one sets forth their sprite by the perfect pathway church to lie.
And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team,
by the darkness of the sun, following darkness like a dream.
Now our frolic, not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before, to sweep the dust behind the door.
Our revels now are ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And, like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve, and, like this insubstantial pageant fade, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded.